My name is Pastor Edwin AMIMI. I welcome you to this program again. I have been your friend. I've been your host in this program. I want to thank you for following up with this program and watching the previous videos that we have done. But if today is your first time of coming across this video or coming across this program on any social media platform, I want to welcome you, and I want you to know that there is going to be a WhatsApp number that will be provided at the end of this program, at the end of this video. You'll be able to request for further information or more materials on the previous topics that we have been able to cover. And I also have a good news for you. The good news is that we have been able to provide for you a YouTube channel where you can have access to other videos, other recordings, other materials that you have missed before now. And not only that, you will also have the opportunity to share the link with your friends and loved ones. Today, I have a very interesting topic. Very, very interesting. In fact, this is one of the most important topic you are going to listen to probably this year 2020. As the year is about to round up, I think you need to understand, you need to listen to this video and make sure that you get the best out of this topic. The topic today is the blessing of solitude. The blessing of solitude. What is solitude? Solitude is the art of separating yourself apart from the crowd, from the hustling and bustling of life, from the legitimate rat race that many people have found themselves into today, in order to focus, to concentrate, and to be able to make the best of being alone for the purpose of either spiritual exercise or adding value to yourself or producing or inventing product or service. Solitude is one of the greatest blessings that God has given to man. As a matter of fact, solitude was ordained by God and also practiced by God and handed over to mankind by God. Solitude is one of the practices that almost every successful person that I know of in this earth, in history, any successful person that has been able to contribute to humanity and to the wealth of human history, there are men and women who have practiced this art of solitude. And so therefore, if there is anybody you know, anybody you love, anybody you value, and that you really care for them, I plead with you, share this video with them. Give them the opportunity to hear this message. Because I believe that if you follow the instructions and you follow all through, because this is just the first video I'm going to be doing on this subject of solitude. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do like 2, 3, or 4 videos on just on this particular topic. So that is to let you know that it is so important that we will need to exhaust it, and it's going to be very, very practical. In Genesis chapter 3 verse 8 and 9 and 10, the Bible said that Adam heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and he hid himself in the midst of the trees, and God called to him, say, Adam, where are you? He said, oh, I heard your voice. I hid myself in the midst of the trees because I was naked. That question is very important. Actually, that was the first question that God asked Adam. Where are are you? That is very, very important. That is very, very important. Maybe you need to ask yourself that question. Where are you? As a matter of fact, Adam had a particular spot where he met with God on personal one-on-one fellowship inside that garden. But on that particular day, God was there, but Adam was not on that spot. Adam was not on that spot. Adam was on a different place. So he asked that question, where are you? That is very important. The number one blessing of solitude that I want to let you know is that the human life was born and conceived out of solitude. Every human life was conceived in solitude. As a matter of fact, life begins as solitude. Everything in creation, everything that has come into existence today was conceived in solitude. If you look at animals, when they want to maybe lay eggs, look at the birds, look at chickens, they look for a place. They separate themselves. They move away from they just look for a quiet place, a separate place. They lay their eggs there. They stay there. They make sure that they maintain, because that moment they are trying to give birth to life. I want you to understand, this is very, very, very important. The human life is conceived in solitude. Talking about human being, when we procreate, the act that leads to procreation is not something that is done in the crowd. It's not something that is done in the public. It's something that is done in isolation. So, blessing number 2, solitude is the birthplace of creativity and innovation. Solitude is the birthplace of creativity and innovation. As a matter of fact, every human invention that has shaped the history of mankind and has brought solution and relief and answers to the problem of the world was born or conceived in solitude. Talk about some of the great inventors who have contributed to the human history. Talk about the likes of Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. Talk about Albert Einstein, who invented the nuclear formula, E is equals to mc squared. Talk about the likes of George Washington Carver, who invented over 300 products out of just nature. George Washington Carver was a man who would just sit down by himself and just face nature and just look at trees, and before you know, the curtain will open, and this man will begin to get inspiration, will begin to connect and receive ideas, and he shaped his time. He left a mark in his generation. Even though George Washington Carver was never married, did not marry, and did not even have a child, this man has outlived he has outlived generations. He has outlived generations, and what he did will continue to remain, be relevant to generations to come. So this is what I'm talking about. This subject of solitude is one of the most important subjects, is one of the most important topic probably maybe some of you or you are going to hear in your life, maybe this year, I don't know, probably, but depending on what you do with it. So number 3 blessing of solitude is what I call solitude is the place where rejection is converted into relevance. Solitude is the place where rejection is converted and turned into relevance. If you have been rejected before, if you have been a victim of rejection, if there's anybody you know who has been rejected before, I congratulate you, because now finally you are coming across with information that is going to help you to turn that rejection into relevance. The man I mentioned earlier on, George Washington Carver, was a victim of rejection. He was rejected in the school because he was a black man and he lived in the days of his parents were slaves. You know, the days of slavery, when slavery was still holding sway in America. You know, he couldn't go to the other school, the school that the other white children were going to. He couldn't even attend some public gatherings. They wouldn't allow him. He suffered rejection. But you know what? To that rejection, the man was able to convert it and turn it into relevance. The same people who rejected him, in fact, they had to, members of parliament, congressmen had to invite him to the Congress to come and address them and talk about some of his inventions and products. This is your blessing, man. This is your blessing, and don't take this for granted. In fact, this man called George Washington Carver is one of the heroes of Black history today. He's one of the heroes of Black history. This video is not long because the program is short, so I am going to leave the WhatsApp number with you. I want you to write us and reach out to me and say you need more information, you need further videos, further information, and then I'll be able to provide that to you. The WhatsApp number is +234 802822 5800 +234 802822 5800. At the end of this video, you will see a YouTube link. There are 3 things you are expected to do. When you follow that YouTube link, first, subscribe on the subscription button. It is red. The next thing you are expected to do after probably you have watched the video is to click that bell. There's a bell icon. It's a notification button. Click on it so that you can get updates of more videos as they come up. Then the third thing you are expected to do, there is a share button, just an arrow, that something like this that says share. Just click on that share button. Share with as many as you can, and as they get blessed, you are also blessed. I remain yours, Edwin Amimi. Peace.